Dylan Cease making his Padres debut today, regular season. Your expectations for him today against this lineup?
Yeah, I mean, excited for Dylan to pitch, and I know he's excited. I think he's gonna be fantastic. I love watching this guy pitch. Love his stuff. Ball just jumps out of his hand. Slider's filthy, so excited to see him pitch against the Giants today.
Jake Cronenworth, another extra base hit last night. He's had a really nice start to the season offensively. What have you noticed about Jake through these first 4 games?
Just the consistency of bats. I love the approach. I love the swing. It mirrors each other, so he's got a nice idea what he's trying to do, and he's got a nice swing to match it. So he's in a good place.
Hey, Mike, where are your relievers at? I mean, it's kind of a weird start to the season in terms of like guys that are built up. I know in Korea you were willing to have guys go back-to-back days. Does it depend on the guy, or can guys start going back-to-back?
The season started.
Okay.
So yeah,
We're just learning you and how you use guys, and
that's fine. I'm learning the bullpen too. I think we talked about it a little bit. The question gets me a little off guard because once the season starts, I feel like the season started. So guys have the ability to go back-to-back relative to the day before and relative to what they've done built up. We've got some good pieces we like and some new pieces that we're getting used to.
Xander looks a little more comfortable, in particular on the relays, the relay portion of the double play. What have you seen in the progression there?
I think he's really done a nice job. I applaud him, obviously, still for making the transition with a good attitude, and he's put the work in. Really quick learner. You pay attention to the work. I mean, we structure work clearly for spring training. Now the season started prior to the game, but he's been really intentional about extra work, even within the schedule. Like we did cutoffs and relays, which can be, a little bit more taxing to go out, and he was like wanting every rep, wanting early work, talking to other players, and of course Leap, our infield guy, about what that looks like, as far as positioning. So he was very sincere about learning the position and all the different nuances that come with it, and working on them and doing some extra work to make sure they're taken care of. So I think he's made strides across the board in every department. It was a nice double play in the first with him and Kimmy yesterday.
Was this always going to be Kyle's day to catch Saturday before?
Not always, not necessarily. I sat down with Ruben and Espo and walked through, what made some sense for Higgy and Campy, and we landed with Dylan today, and clearly wanted to get him in there and give him an opportunity. But I can't tell you in all honesty that it was something that's been, planned for a week or so, something that, figured out in the last couple of days.
It might have been tomorrow. Like it might have been Sunday that you might have had him go.
Yeah, it could have been. I knew it was. There's a couple considerations that I won't need to get into because there's multiple considerations. But today was the landing spot for him.
I know we've asked you about Graham a lot, but with Righty on the mound, tough Righty. But any consideration of giving him his first start today?
Yeah, there's a consideration. I mean, I'd wish there were 10 positions and 12 different opportunities to play people. I mean, I'm probably never going to give the greatest answer that you want, relative to why a guy is playing or not playing. I can just tell you Tyler Wade's played really, really well, and he's helped us win baseball games. And, I love Pauley to death, and today just got Wade in there. Graham will get his opportunity for sure at some point.
What about the outfield for him at some point? Have you guys given any thought to having him start working out there a little more?
Yeah, again, for me, look, we talk about a lot of things and explore a lot of different opportunities. I don't want us to minimize and I don't want to think about it being an overreaction either, but it's the big leagues. And I want to make sure when you put a guy in a position at this level, he's prepared. We prep Jackson, which could be another conversation about the off season with an opening there, to go get work with David in the off season with center and left, and it's worked out. I can't rule out that Pauley could play the outfield. I just also don't want to sit there and he's going to play third, he's going to play first, he's going to play left, and he's got 88 at bats in Double-A with one position. So, yeah, I just want to be mindful of what that looks like. And just to say he can't do it, I wouldn't say that. I do know we have other options that we like, so it's not just in a silo. That makes sense to you, Dennis?
Yeah, thank
Okay, you're welcome.
With Hicks on the mound for them today, obviously he's a guy transitioning in sort of a new role this season. What are the things to consider as an offense when you're facing somebody that may have to pitch a little bit differently in a starting role now?
Well, I mean, I've had Jordan in the past. He's got a special arm, big sinker, good slider. You know, you approach pitchers differently and similarly in a sense of starting pitching. You want to know, you always want to have a good approach. Every pitcher's typically going to have a little bit different stuff, so you game plan for what you're going to see, and we'll be aware of what he's going to. He's a big sinker, slider guy, so we got to make sure we are aware of what that looks like, and then kind of go from there. We always want to get the starter out as early as possible.
What's your understanding of what the weather might be like today, like in terms of going to go off on at 4:15, this window that's allowing you guys to play, and what are your concerns there? What will you be kind of paying attention to?
No concerns. We'll be ready to play when they tell us to play, and that's really long ago, man. You recognize there's a lot of different moving parts to this, from a stadium operation standpoint, from a fan standpoint, and you can't predict the weather. So my understanding is we'll get something further at 3, whether we'll be in a delay or not. But at the moment, we'll be a 4:15 first pitch, ready to rock.
Do you remember any of your first memories of Jordan Hicks and seeing him throw maybe for the first time?
Yeah, I remember Jordan coming up. He got there pretty quickly, and just like turbo sinker, and at the time, he was throwing some of the fastest pitches in baseball, and at one point I think he had like the top 5, most velocity pitches, coupled with the movement, which is even more impressive. But he's got a good arm, and we're looking forward to competing today.